Hey guys, welcome back to another update of my Canadian Dividend Investing Portfolio Series. If you're new to the channel, what I'm doing here is I'm a Canadian investor. I'm buying and selling dividend stocks on the Toronto Stock Exchange mostly. I'm using Wealthsimple Trade to buy and sell those stocks. I think it's an awesome platform. You don't pay any commissions to buy and sell stocks. So if you are buying small quantities or just getting started, it's a really great option. And there are links in the description below where you can get it. And I actually track all of my performance in this spreadsheet as well. And this is a spreadsheet that I made. It's a Google Sheet and it's available as well. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to try it after watching this video and kind of seeing how it goes. I am working on a new version of it. Right now we're on version 3.4 and version 3.5 will be coming out pretty soon, maybe in the next week or two. And it's just going to not have a lot of changes, but just a few things. If you're using the spreadsheet, it'll be some slight improvements and you'll get an email with a link to get the new version if you're already using it, and then or if you want to get the spreadsheet after 3.5 is available, that's cool too. So anyways guys, my portfolio is sitting around $78,700. That's the stock value, and I've got about $388 in cash. Now I did spend this money earlier today, and I'm just going to walk through kind of what I bought and just talk about the performance of my portfolio. So we're up about $9,600 in total. It's about 13.95%, which is pretty nice after a year and a half. No complaints from me. The average yield of the portfolio is about 3.74%. So this is kind of a mixture of dividend growth stocks with a few higher yielding stocks like real estate, REITs and stuff like that. But generally I'm shooting for around 3 to 4% for most of the yields. And the yield, if you don't know, is just like the amount of money that the companies give you for holding their stocks. So basically 3.74% of the value of my stocks is what I'm going to get paid by all these companies just for holding them, whether the stock price goes up or down, which is pretty cool. So that works out to about $2,946 per year, $245 per month. And I'm going to show you after I spend this $388 how much this number increases by, because every week I'm buying more and more stocks with my own money and with this money as I receive it. Like all of these months, you can see all of the totals that I got from each month. I'm just reinvesting all of that back into more and more dividend stocks and really trying to grow this in a sort of compounding way that eventually the portfolio will kind of grow faster than the amount that I'm contributing. Whereas right now, the amount that I'm contributing is really the primary factor for the growth. So anyways, looking here in the portfolio, it's kind of nice. You can sort by a lot of different features. I want to put maybe the biggest gain, not by dollar, because that doesn't, that doesn't take into consideration, well, that's the absolute amount of money. But if I have a big position, of course, it's going to have a bigger gain loss than a very small position. So I like sorting it actually by percent, because this kind of makes the size of the position irrelevant and shows me the performance. So we can see here TD is at the top, followed by Pizza Pizza and ATD and some other stuff, some really nice strong value stocks in here. And as we go down the list, we're going to get away from the really high performing stocks and into some of the worst ones. We can see here there's a couple in the red today, and that's fine. These are bouncing all over the place. And I'm not too worried when I see them in the red, because often what I do is I just buy more shares of these dividend paying companies, because you pretty much, when you buy a company, like for example, let's take a look at, I don't know, Intergex here. Intergex pays a 72 cent per year dividend per share. So if they were to drop into the red, or if they were to drop anything below their current price of $18.90 right now, that would mean that I would be buying that same stock and getting that same amount of dividend, 72 cents per year, for a cheaper price. The yield would appear to increase in that case, but really ultimately it's the amount of money that I'm getting. It would be 72 cents per year. So that's kind of the way that I look at that. So I'm not too worried when these are in the red. Some of the ones down here are actually not paying a dividend at all, and that's fine. I'm just hoping that they increase. I got a little too excited here with Bitfarms and bought in at a price a little bit higher than I should have, but I'm not too worried about that. This is going to turn into a long-term hold for me, and I'm just going to kind of chill and not worry about those guys. So anyways, some of the companies that I was looking at buying are actually not necessarily in the red for me today, but one of them was CNR. These guys are pretty strong stock, up 9.44% for me personally, but I was looking at their spark line in here. This is like basically the same kind of information that you would see on Yahoo Finance or Google Finance or in your broker like Wealthsimple, whatever, just a simple chart and some of the basic statistics here, information about the company. But what I'm looking here is I see this drop off. I see they were up here before and now they've gone down. It's kind of relative. I haven't figured out a way on the spark line put an actual axis because this is technically just in one single cell. It's pretty cool how that works actually. But when we take a look here at, maybe let's zoom out to the 5 years, we can see here they're just going up and up and up, and they drop off a lot, and every time they drop off is when I try to buy. And hopefully they continue the upward trend, but who knows, because past performance is definitely no indication of future performance, as you should hopefully know if you're buying stocks. Another one that I did pick up was also Bank of Nova Scotia, which is right here. These guys, they, like all banks in Canada, they shot up a lot and they've just started to drop off. To be honest, I think banks are going to drop more. Who knows? I'm not a professional. I just kind of speculate on my own ideas. This is why you shouldn't copy what I do, because I'm certainly not a professional. I'm just a dude on YouTube. So yeah, be careful with that. So long story short, Bank of Nova Scotia is going up and up and up slowly over time. And yeah, I don't know if they're going to go up or down, but I thought, why not? They're actually one of my smallest positions, and I just want to kind of start increasing them because I'm always buying more of my big positions because I think they're good, but I still need to try to kind of distribute out the money to some of these smaller ones. Like, they don't even make up $1,000 of my whole portfolio. So I wanted to increase that today. Okay, and the last company that I bought today was actually more Bitfarms stock. So actually, they're not going to show up right now because they're kind of in the process of transferring from the Toronto Stock Venture Exchange to the Toronto Stock Exchange. And Google Finance is like sometimes displaying some information on their CVE prefix ticker and sometimes on TSE. And right now, it doesn't really want to cooperate and show me the spark line. But anyways, maybe we can take a look in the portfolio with these guys. I got lucky with them like a few weeks ago. I just randomly bought them at around like $4.50 or something, and then sold them at $5 something, went up like 15%, and brought in around $70. And I sold them at a profit, and I kept the profit. And then a few days later, or like a few weeks later, I bought back in at $4.70, which apparently, like I said, was too early. And they've dropped off to, yeah, they've gone all the way down well below $4, so I'm down 17%. So when I look at this number, I'm down $237. This is unrealized. I have realized $70 from them, so I'm really down like 100 and, I don't know, 60 or something. It depends how you look at it. It's actually kind of weird. Like, the more you think about stocks and the way that you present information, whether it's realized or unrealized or all this stuff, you can kind of like twist the numbers a little bit, which is actually true for any kind of big data sets of numbers. It's freaky how that works. But anyways, I'm down with these guys, and I decided, oh man, I'm not gonna sell them until they're above 470. So I'm just gonna start averaging down and see how this goes. I have about $1,000 in the position right now, and it still is one of my smaller positions, but I'm willing to go up to a few $1,000s in this, I think, over time. So I'm just gonna throw in like $50 here and $50 there, and really try to bring down my average price. And hopefully, if the price of Bitcoin increases in the future, then Bitfarms will follow suit, as they are a mining company. So anyways, what I need to do is I log all of the transactions in the spreadsheet here in my transactions tab. And so this is basically just a master list of each one. I just go through like as I do it, and I just drop them in. So I had one from CNR, I had some from BNS, and I also had some from BITF. So these were all on April 11th. And I bought one of CNR at a price of $156.03. I bought two from Bank of Nova Scotia, actually, for $87.70. And I bought 13 shares of Bitfarms at a price of $3.92. And for all of these, I didn't pay any trading fees, and the price was always in Canadian dollars. So in Wealthsimple, what I want to do is I should check these to make sure that these match the totals, because this is an automatically calculated cell that's going to like propagate through the whole rest of the spreadsheet. And looks like I've done this correctly based on, you know, my phone that I'm looking at right now. So the last thing that I want to do pretty much is actually, well, first of all, I want to drop into the portfolio tab. We can see here already some of the average prices have gone down a little bit for, you know, for Bitfarms. And actually my average price of Bank of Nova Scotia and CNR would have gone up because I bought above my average price, but that's cool. I don't mind, because I think their prices are going to continue to increase in the future, and they pay a dividend, so yeah, it's all good. Now, the last thing that I always want to check here is the annual dividend income and how much it's changed. So at the beginning of the video, we were sitting around $2,946, and now we're sitting around $2,956. So that's an increase of about $10 per year, which is pretty cool, because every time I come in and I deposit another little bit of money, a few $100s, and then buy some more stocks, this number is going up. I'm kind of throwing in about $350 each time I deposit, and I'm usually getting around $8 to $11 or something like that, or $8 to $12 in gains. So increases in my passive income from dividends, which is nice. But then also as I get these payments in here, my dividends, like I received, for example, $317 in January, and I spent all of that on more dividend paying stocks, and that in itself increased my annual dividend income again by about $10 or something per year. So I'm expecting April to be a big month again, because every 3 months I get a big payment, and because I've been buying stocks since January, I know for sure that this is going to be bigger, and that's cool. It's going to be well above my average, average monthly income, and we're going to see how much that is, and we're going to reinvest all of it into the stocks. So guys, I've been talking for a while. I'm going to check out and sign off here. If you're interested in the Google spreadsheet, for sure download it. And like I said, I've got a new update coming out, so you can get started with this version and anyways, play around with it a little bit, and in like a week or two, you'll be getting an email with the new version. And as always, if you have any problems, just shoot me an email. My email is in the welcome tab, and I'm happy to help with any issues. So guys, see you down in the comments, and see you in the next video.